Hello friends, in this video I'm going to tell you the story of a short drama which name is Tujuh Tahun Penuh Angin dan Penyesalan. So without any further ado, let's get started. There was once a young woman who believed in forever. She met him during the monsoon season, when the rain blurred the boundaries between earth and sky. He was different from everyone else, quiet where others were loud, thoughtful where others rushed ahead. Their connection formed slowly, like ink spreading through water. She came from a traditional family, the kind where daughters were raised with careful boundaries and silent expectations. He came from struggle, from a world where dreams were luxuries and survival was the daily currency. But somehow, in stolen moments between college classes and hurried phone calls, they created their own universe. Her family noticed, of course. Families always do. The whispers began about his background, his prospects, his unsuitability. Her father's face grew stern, her mother's eyes filled with worry. They spoke of duty, of honor, of what the neighbors would say. She was young then, caught between two tides pulling in opposite directions. He asked her to leave with him, to trust in what they had built together. But fear is a powerful thing, and family is a weight we carry in our bones. She hesitated. She asked for time. She made promises she wasn't sure she could keep. Meanwhile, her family moved quickly. They found someone appropriate, a man with the right credentials, the right family name, the right bank balance. The wedding preparations began like a storm gathering on the horizon. She told herself it would be fine. She told herself love was just one ingredient in life's complicated recipe. The night before her engagement, he stood outside her house in the rain. She watched him from her window, water streaming down his face, or were they tears? She couldn't tell. He didn't call out, didn't make a scene. He just stood there, a silent question mark in the darkness. She turned away from the window. The engagement happened. The wedding followed. She wore red and gold, smiled for photographs, accepted congratulations. Her new husband was kind enough, distant enough. They existed parallel to each other, two lines that would never intersect. She learned to manage a household, to attend family functions, to perfect the art of looking content. But contentment and happiness are different countries, and she had a passport to only one. Years passed. She had children, two daughters with curious eyes and questions she sometimes couldn't answer. She poured herself into motherhood, into creating the kind of warmth she no longer felt herself. Her husband remained polite, dutiful, adequate. They were business partners in the enterprise of family, nothing more. She heard about him sometimes through mutual friends. He had moved to another city, built a career through sheer determination. He never married. That detail lodged itself in her heart like a thorn she couldn't remove. 7 years after her wedding, she returned to her hometown for a funeral. Standing in the crowded courtyard, accepting condolences, she saw him across the room. 7 years had carved subtle changes, lines around his eyes, silver in his hair, but his essence remained unchanged. Their eyes met for just a moment, and in that moment 7 years dissolved like sugar in water. They didn't speak that day. What was there to say? What words could bridge the chasm of choices made and paths taken? But life, as it often does, created another intersection. Her daughter fell ill, nothing life-threatening, but serious enough to require a specialist. The specialist turned out to be him. He had become a doctor, had channeled all that passion and intensity into healing others. In the sterile hospital corridor, they finally spoke, professional words at first, about symptoms and treatments. But then, after her daughter was admitted and sleeping peacefully, they found themselves alone in the waiting area at 2 in the morning. "You look well," he said, though his eyes suggested he could see through her carefully maintained fawed. "So do you," she replied, memorizing his face as if she might need to recall it later in moments of darkness. The silence between them held 7 years of conversations they never had, letters they never wrote, lives they never lived. He asked about her family. She kept her answers brief, factual, emotionless. He told her about his work, about the satisfaction of saving lives, about the emptiness of returning to an empty apartment. "Do you ever wonder?" he began, then stopped. Every day, she answered the unfinished question. Her daughter recovered. She returned to her life, the morning routines, the school runs, the dinner preparations, the pretense of normalcy. But something had shifted, like a foundation cracking imperceptibly beneath a house. She began to see her life clearly for the first time in years. The polite distance between her and her husband, the way she had sacrificed herself on the altar of family expectations, the wind that had blown through those 7 years, carrying away her youth, her choices, her voice. Regret is a peculiar companion. It doesn't announce itself dramatically, it sits quietly in the corner, growing heavier with each passing day. She had everything society said she should want: a respectable marriage, healthy children, financial security, yet she felt like someone living in a house built for someone else. Some stories end with grand gestures, with breaking free and choosing love, but life is often more complicated than stories. She had responsibilities now, children who deserved stability, a family structure that would shatter with her departure. She couldn't simply unmake 7 years of choices, but she could make one choice. She could stop pretending, stop performing contentment, stop betraying herself with every forced smile. She couldn't change the past. Those 7 years of wind had blown away what might have been. But perhaps, in the years ahead, she could learn to live honestly within the life she had chosen. Not happy, perhaps, but truthful. Not fulfilled, but authentic. And somehow, that small shift from pretense to truth felt like its own kind of freedom.